Welcome everybody to another episode of Mind Your World. I'm Ryan and we're back at it again with another episode. In this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the 5 most popular foods that I think you should definitely try out. Food number 1. Let's just get it out of the way first. Everybody knows that Japan's most popular food is sushi. It's a given. Sushi in the United States compared to here in Japan is a floozy. Now, in America, they do a lot of extra stuff, try to pizzazz it, make it seem very special. Where here in Japan, they like to keep it basic so you can actually get the taste of the sushi that you're eating. Now, there's different types of sushi, concerning all different types of seafood. So when you come out here to Japan, they like to lay it out just nicely for you. Now, one thing that they do in Japan that they don't do in the United States is, back home, people like to get their sushi, just mash it into some soy sauce, spicy mayo, put it all over. Here in Japan, they don't want you to really do that. It is really up to you and your taste buds, but in actuality, they want you to get the taste of the sushi. So, just a little bit of soy sauce is fine, a little bit of spicy mayo is okay sometimes, a little bit of wasabi if you're feeling spicy. But other than that, they want you to get the full flavor of the sushi and know what it is that you're eating. Food number 2, my personal favorite, everybody's personal favorite back home if you're living on a budget like I am, ramen. Now typically back home in America, if you're eating ramen, you're usually on a budget, looking for a quick meal, or you're a college student. And one of the things that's different from out here from, in America, is that over here, it's a cultural thing. Everybody loves ramen. Whether you're high class, low class, middle class, no class, you like ramen. Why? Because it's the best thing ever, of course. With ramen, it comes in many different broths. You can either have it shoyu ramen, miso ramen, there's a pork-based ramen if you want to go that route. But there's ramen shops everywhere you go, so you'll never be without. It's been great, I could say. Food number 3, curry. Now you're thinking to yourself, curry? I thought that was an Indian thing. Well, truth be told, it's not just an Indian thing. Out in Japan, they love curry. It's amazing. Curry is spectacular out here. They have many different restaurants that specialize in just this one dish. Even if you go around to some places, you can even find different curry spots that have a spiciness level. Now these spicy levels range from level 1 or level 10, which is like 24 times the normal spicy rate. Now, a very popular curry restaurant is Koko Ichibanya, or I like to call it as Koko Curry House. Now, this place is truly amazing. Their level 10 curry is off the chain, out of this world. It's just great. I put curry at number 3 just because, ramen and sushi are the most known. But in my eyes, nothing says I love you out here like a nice plate of curry. Food number 4. This food is called okonomiyaki. Now, okonomiyaki is basically like an omelet with cabbage, and usually you can put cubed chicken in it, cubed steak, you can put seafood in it, but it's also really good. And now, if you go to an okonomiyaki restaurant, usually they have like a griddle right there in front of you where you get to actually make the okonomiyaki yourself. So what they do is they give you a bowl, right? You got the bowl. They have all the ingredients in, raw egg in it. What you do is you're supposed to mix it up, get your little bee on, start chefing, start cooking. And then after that, you put it on the griddle, put a little cover over it, let it sit for 4 minutes, then flip it. After that's been sitting for 4 minutes, then you can just indulge. Food number 5. Last but not least, most popular food I would say here in Japan is called Gyudon. Gyudon consists of thinly sliced beef over a bed of rice. Now, in Korea, they have something almost similar to this. Now that's called bibimbap, but we're not in Korea yet. But here in Japan, we have Gyudon. Now, Gyudon is amazing, and you can find it at the top 3 restaurants: Matsuya, my favorite, Yoshinoya, or Sukiya. Now, those are the top 3 contenders out here in Japan, but they all have their special way of making gyudon. If you come out to Japan, you definitely have to try gyudon at least once. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now, the reason why I made this video today is because, before coming out to Japan, everybody was saying like, what are you gonna do? Just eat sushi all the time? And I just looked at them like, really though? Well, with that being said, I gave you my top 5 foods here in Japan. If you ever get to come out here, you get to experience it yourself. Let me know what you think. Now, just like I always promise you for every time I have an episode, new phrase. Since this episode was all about food, this week's phrase is mecha umai. Now, mecha umai means very delicious. Just like all those foods that I mentioned, all of them are equally mecha umai. Well, that's all we have for this week's video. Stay tuned in for the next episode of Mind Your World. But until then, sayonara.